My name is Shelby and I am a partner of Spoke Incorporated, and today we're going to be showing you some ways on how to manage your grocery store. So what is elasticity? So it is a numerical measure of the responsiveness of one variable following the change in another variable. So if something is considered to be elastic, it means that it is more than one. If something is inelastic, it is less than one. And then unit elasticity is when the change in quantity demanded is the same as the change in price.
Hi, I'm Olivia and I'm a business partner of Spoke Incorporated. So today I'm going to be talking about the different methods of elasticity. So one of the first methods is price elasticity of supply, which is a numerical measure of the responsiveness of the quantity supplied to a change in the price of a product. Another type of elasticity is cross elasticity of demand, which is also a numerical measure of the responsiveness of the quantity demanded for one product following a change in the price of another related product. And then lastly, another method of elasticity is income elasticity of demand, which is a numerical measure of responsiveness of the quantity demanded following a change in income. So all these are going to be affected by a separate factor, and it's going to relate to how much supply or how much demand we have and how the price will change due to that. So moving into price elasticity of demand, the definition is a measure of how sensitive the quantity demand is to its price. So for an example, when the price rises, the quantity demanded may fall for almost any good, but it falls more for some other than others. So an example of this is if the price of bread rises, more people may realize that they don't want as much bread, so they may not buy as much bread. So the formula for this is finding the change in quantity in a percentage and the change in price in a percentage, and then dividing the change in quantity percentage by the change in price percentage.
My name is KP and I am a business partner in Spoke Incorporations. Today I'm going to be discussing real-world examples of price elasticity of demand. So as you can see here, if the ice cream sees a 10% rise in quantity demanded in response to a 5% fall in price, to get the price elasticity of demand, you're going to have to plug in the formula, which is the change in quantity over the change in price. So that would be 10% over 5%, and you would get 2. So since your answer is greater than 1, it's going to be elastic. So some benefits of price elasticity of demand are, by knowing your price elasticity of demand, it's going to allow you to make easier, wiser decisions about the pricing, and you can make sure the factory is ready for the effect on production and that they are ready for the levels of stock that they're going to need. Sellers can also make more money. And some limitations of price elasticity of demand are, since the demand for consumers constantly changes over time, the price elasticity of demand only works at a given period of time. The demand for a product is also mainly dependent on the price.
So this is the responsiveness in the quantity demanded of one good when the price changes for another good. So it evaluates the relationship between two products when there's a price change, and it shows the relative change in demand when one good rises or falls. The formula for this is shown by the percentage change in quantity of X over the percentage change in the price of Y. So for the real-world example of the cross-elasticity of demand is if there's an increase in the price of tea by 10% and the quantity demanded for coffee increases by 2%. This would be 2 divided by 10 equals 0.2. And then the change in quantity demanded would be 5%, and the change in price would be 25%.
My name is Elizabeth, and I'm a business partner of Spoke Incorporated, and I will be talking about the benefits and limitations of cross-elasticity of demand. Some benefits are that it helps identify the type of market and helps determine the effect of the price on products. A higher value of cross-elasticity of demand between products equals greater competition in the market, and vice versa. A lower value of cross-elasticity of demand will create a lower competition in the market. Some limitations are that a negative cross-elasticity of demand indicates that a demand for good A will decrease as the price of B goes up, making A and B complements. Now I will be discussing income elasticity of demand. Income elasticity of demand is useful for forecasting demand. The concept of income elasticity of demand can be used for forecasting a demand for a product over a certain period of time. It helps in estimating the required production level of different commodities at a certain point in time in the future. And to find income elasticity of demand, you take the percentage of demand over the percentage of income.
Hey everybody, my name is Peyton Davis and I'm a business partner of Spoke Incorporated. Right now I'm going to give you a real world example of income elasticity of demand. So when income increases by 10%, the demand for frozen chicken nuggets decreases by 20%. So what you're going to do here is you're going to put the negative 20% over 10%, which gives you a -2 income elasticity of demand. So using income elasticity of demand allows you to determine if a good is inferior or normal good. In this case, since it's a negative, the frozen chicken nuggets would be an inferior good as people buy less of them whenever their income increases. So here are some benefits and limitations of income elasticity of demand. So some benefits are it allows businesses to forecast demand whenever they know there's going to be a shift in income. Also, it categorizes goods into profit-driven manner. So it allows the businesses to recognize if it's a normal or inferior good. Also, this is good to use when the business knows that salaries are about to increase or decrease, such as whenever a new minimum wage is about to be put into place. Now, here are some limitations of using income elasticity of demand. Every consumer's income will fluctuate differently from each other, so it's hard to determine how this is going to affect each consumer. Also, this only determines if a good is superior or inferior, and it doesn't have anything to do with the demand of the product. Also, this is only able to know for sure once the income changes, so it's hard to do before the income changes. You only have to do it once the income changes. So the best method in order to determine how to sell your products is the price elasticity of demand. This is whenever you're setting prices that you must understand how an increase or decrease in the price will affect demand, so it allows you to know what your price should be. Too much of a price increase could cause demand to decrease and lower the total revenue. On the other hand, this could help you estimate your total revenue when decreasing the amount of a good supplied. This method simply relies on the price of the product, so it's the best method to use. Thank you.